Alright, hey everyone, welcome to another World Witch RP live play TTRPG session. What is World Witch RP? Why, that's me, Faye, game master and storyteller, and Lachlan, art writer and producer. We are a couple who love sharing stories so much so that we quit our day jobs and we created our own company. That way we could create high quality and exciting TTRPG experiences full time and share them with you. And today, we're playing D&D. This session features a Mortal Guardians side quest, taking our brave heroes on an exciting adventure out into the worlds of Velinara, and maybe even beyond. With us at the table are several of the incredible players who have joined us on our grand endeavor. If you'd like to play alongside them, you're more than welcome to join us as well. You can ask in chat or hop over to our Discord where you can find out more. Now, speaking of our awesome players, it's time for introductions. Like I said, I'm Faye, game master and storyteller. With me is Sirenscape, bringing our background of music and sound effects. It's a fantastic and affordable sound collection that you can find at sirenscape.com. And now, we get to meet our courageous and daring heroes before embarking on another exciting tale of magic and wonder. And let's begin with an introduction for Xena.
Hi, I'm Ridian, and I'm playing Xena, who's an Esteban barbarian fighter mix. She loves swinging her friend. She loves swinging her axe, not her friends. She loves her friends, and she's just looking for this adventure today.
She has tried to swing her friends a few times.
Oh, actually, she has. Yes.
Amazing. Next up, let's learn about Verity.
Hi, I'm Chelsea, and I'm playing Verity. She is a changeling warlock with a very special patron. It's Tithway.
Lovely. And then, moving on, last but not least, let's meet Kira.
She is Shay. She plays Kira. Kira was a Satyr Ranger. She was a Sagittarius. She loves long walks on the beach. And Map Boy, Treasure Boy, Aelwyn, Cardalian, Jonah, Aloya, Sabari, Gil, other unnamed fish person, Door Boy, Mundabild, Traveler, Navarre, Ram Jovarian, Smelly Boy, and Professor Archibald Rashan, Professor of Historical Sciences.
Lovely. Well, with that, our introductions are complete, which means that we are able to head into our story. In ages past, there was a warrior duchess, a wintry Eladrin, who served the Queen of Night. Her house was unrivaled in its decadence, and her people lived well in the fairy land of Moonlit Eve. However, the Duchess always admired her mistress and the unseelie court she oversaw, and in a moment of foolish envy, she plotted against the Queen. Swift was the downfall of the Duchess, and absolute was the destruction of her house and all its occupants, servants, and possessions. The vengeance of the Queen of Night was so thorough and unflinching that none dare whisper even the name of the disposed Duchess. Despite the demise of her body, however, the spirit of the Duchess endured. While the land upon which her house once flourished lies empty and ruined, she sought her distant kin in the everlit realm of Twilight, the family Windane. Into the ears of its matrons, the Duchess whispered promises and portentous offerings. In exchange for life and renewal, she would grant them unimaginable power and influence. And now, the family's eldest has taken the seat of House Windane, and promised to fulfill their long and delayed obligation to bring the Duchess back from the edge of unlife. Deep within the confines of the darkest dungeon of House Windane, Lady Muriel conducts a ritual sacrifice. She purges the life from a young fairy warrior, drives it forcefully into the shifting amorphous spirit of the ancient Duchess. Nearby, several fearful fairies wait within cages, horrified at the fate of their brother, but anxiously awaiting an opportunity. One of them, the young warrior Niari, sees such a chance when he finds a weakened bar on their cage. Before the large and hideous guardians can snap his limbs, he pushes him through the tiny gap, flying up to the ceiling, bursting through the stained glass windows and into the freedom of the evening sky. Looking back at the snapping claws of the guards, he pledges that he will see his friends safely rescued. As we come to our mortal guardians, you are arriving at a crossroads. You're several miles outside of the city of Wintervale, tracking an art thief on behalf of Prince Trinius. So far, the clues you have gathered have led you here. That this is where the thief is supposed to meet a fence to sell and clear his hands of the stolen art. With the help of the Thieves Guild outside of the city of Wintervale, you mortal guardians have discovered who the intended buyer is and are now able to take his place in an attempt to catch the thief. But now comes the difficult part. Devising the plan to lure the thief out without revealing your presence. You know that the crossroads here are busy. You're able to see that. There is a tavern 100 feet west, heading towards the coastline, and all other sorts of figures about. But I ask, mortal guardians, what is it that you are doing?
All right, so we have to lure them to us, I suppose. As mortal guardians, we're probably well known in the city. Am I correct in assuming that?
Yeah, your mortal guardians kind of have a reputation, and people, especially people who would be on the lookout for mortal guardians, kind of know faces.
Sure. I know it's a good thing, but I'm pretty good at changing the way I look.
Yes.
I'm going to pick someone quite unassuming but formidable looking enough. That's just passing by. Just a random person, and as they walk by and continue on, I will change into them.
Okay.
And is there how open is this area? Do you think like there's a place I can try to hide?
You could try and hide amidst the crowd, but there's not really The closest thing that you'd be able to get to hiding is to be behind cover, which probably
Okay.
wouldn't be the best if you need to get into like a quick situation. But you're on the road, it's an open market kind of thing. There are carts and there is the tavern, but again, if you're looking to hide, so to say, you don't really have like bushes to hide in. You'd be ducking
Mm-hmm.
behind cover and then you have no line of sight.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is what I would try. I would like to try to do, Game Master. I would like to go ahead and if there's a like a before we get there, is there like a vendor who doesn't seem to be very like a market or anybody who's not doesn't seem to be very busy? I would like to approach them and give them a couple of gold to ask them to keep an eye on my or just hide my axe so I don't appear like I'm armed. Um, and then try to hide in the crowd.
I'm going to ask for a persuasion check. You are trying to essentially hand off your axe to people who are not. Uh, I yeah, I understand what you need. I can't have this at my stall. As it will terrify any other potential buyers. So thank you for your generous
Okay.
offering. But no.
Okay. What? Okay.
Surely you can make an exception.
Look, your friend has already offered a generous amount of coin, but this is more of a business situation.
Mm.
So I would like to be able to continue my business operations as they have for the more normal days. This is definitely not one of them. So
Now, now, hold on just a moment, because it looks to me like that is quite a bit of coin, and it'll only be maybe 10 minutes at the most. Surely you can just put it to
10
the side and keep an eye on it.
I would rather just not handle such brazen weaponry, and then you all can, of course, as trained figures, it seems, if you are running with this crew, handle your weaponry much better than someone lowly like myself, and I'll be able to do business without having to worry and wonder about anything.
Okay. Okay. Hey, no problem. No problem. Can I go somewhere and just throw it behind, like in the corner somewhere?
So,
Not at this vendor, but just anywhere.
all right, again, this is a busy place. Like, there are
Uh
tons
huh.
of people around. Doing this will probably catch eyes and attention towards you.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So I can't go ahead and try to hide the murder weapon. Um, I understand. I understand. Verity, do I try one more stall, or do you try help me like try one more stall, or do we just forget it and then just keep on
I
going?
I can help you. We'll try another
Thank
step.
you. Thank you. You go. Go ahead.
Mhm. We'll walk down a ways, maybe 20 feet from this person, and try again.
Okay. Persuasion check. Either both of you can
Well,
roll, or
Can I give her a help action?
there's a
well, this would be Verity
Like,
helping you, Xena. So either
oh
both of you can roll, or
yeah.
Xena, you
I'll
can
take
no,
care
roll.
of
no,
it.
both of us roll.
I'll
Absolutely.
take care of it.
No,
My friend here just needs to.
so what I was saying mechanically is because Xena's trying to hide the axe, like it's her
Yeah,
axe. You can
yeah.
either help Xena and provide the advantage,
Oh no,
or
I plan on rolling.
so then both of
Yeah.
you would roll.
Yes. Yes. Oh my God! Thank you, Verity.
So what were you saying, Verity?
Uh, if you don't mind, I know you're probably quite busy. My friend here, uh, just needs a place to stow her axe for a few minutes, and that perhaps you could keep an eye on it. You seem like a very trustworthy person.
As your axe is handed over, you see that the figure seems to know their way around weaponry and is looking over it. And yeah, sure, we can hold on to it. You said, how long would it be staying here?
10 minutes max.
Well, hopefully I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Thank you so much. And as we're walking away, about to split, Zena, you
Yeah.
can still do that thing where you can call your axe to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
good. Okay, I'll go this way.
Okay. So, as you're able to move about, go ahead. What check would you like to try and do? You have the general idea of where you need to be.
Oh, and we know who we're looking for.
Not particularly. You know the art
Okay.
thief, and you know that it's in this general area, and you've intercepted who was going to be the intended buyers. So you've got
Mhm.
the information of like where you'd be standing to meet and things like that. But
Okay. Well, I'm certainly heading towards that meeting place and looking like someone who is buying stolen art as well as I can.
roll a performance check.
It's good. 26.
Alrighty. And then as Verity's doing this, what is Xena doing?
I would like to stay like, okay, it's a very busy street. I'm assuming there's a lot of people going around, so I'm gonna try to utilize that to kind of blend into the group, but make sure that I'm not too far away that I lose the sight of her. So is that performance? Is it?
No, that's going to be an insight of you trying to feel like you're not too far away, but keeping an eye on sight on Verity is easy enough. Um,
Oh, she is very.
okay. Well, right now she's
Although I have
wearing a
no
different.
idea. Yeah, she's not.
So right now,
Sorry.
but
You look
you.
kind of normal right now.
Yeah, just normal but formidable.
Okay. So, as you are, uh, as you are waiting, there is a figure that would eventually come to meet you, Verity. Fairly plain. And hey, you the one that's looking for something a little bit nicer.
I might be. You are the person that I've been speaking to, right?
I've been talking to someone who's been wanting some hot off the press, fancier items.
Yes, of course. I catch your drift. I'm assuming that you have what we've spoken about.
Of course I do. But before I pass off any of the goods, I need to know that you're gonna make good on what you got and what you're offering.
I kind of scoot my satchel back to reveal my coin purse, which is, it's quite heavy looking. Not to worry.
Well, if it ain't a worry, perhaps you can put some forward.
But you
Again,
want it now. Oh,
I've already gone through a
of
lot of
course.
work of
Listen,
acquiring things.
of course, yes. And I'll pull out, take the pouch and start counting out platinum pieces. Now, I can't really recall quite what the price that we discussed, but I'm sure that 200 might cover it.
Yeah, 200. That'll be fine.
They'll pull out another little pouch and hand it over.
As you are handing it out, the figure doesn't reach to grab it and instead nods to there's a small post nearby, and at the bottom of the post there's a little dugout. Just tuck it in there.
This is normal practice for you.
Roll an insight check here, Verity.
That's a 17.
The figure has not moved for any sort of physical contact. Avoids most of the sort of busy thoroughfare here, and the 17, you'd notice, leaves no footprints.
It's a really good business to be so deceptive.
You say that?
Mm-hmm.
Great. I'm gonna ask for a perception check from the both of you.
I'm not good at that.
Oh
Today I
God!
am. Today I'm very good at it.
Both of you would notice and hear the hoof beats that hit the ground as horseback riders begin to flee from a tree line not terribly far from the thoroughfare. And as the figure in front of Verity disappears at the growing range, unable to hold the spell, Verity would spot that one of the riders very much matches the visual of what you had just seen.
Lovely.
So, as you are seeing him flee with a group of smugglers around him, uh, it becomes very apparent to both of you, and Xena, you're able to easily make your way over to Verity. It becomes apparent that this will be a chase, and you will need to find a way to close the distance. And as you look around, you have Mason. You can see it's pulling up the carriage from the guild, having noticed that there was trouble brewing, but he's not anywhere close to you. He's at the edge. Closer to you, there is a it's almost a stall set out of the cart. You see that it is set up for sell, but the merchant is handling business with one of the customers. You could probably grab onto that and start the chase a little sooner, depending on what you would like to do.
Uh, How far is Mason? Is he within 60 feet?
Mason would be probably about 100 feet.
Oh, goodness. Zine, I'm not sure I feel comfortable stealing from a merchant. Should we?
Well, we'll bring it back, right? We'll absolutely bring it back.
Okay.
Uh,
You're
uh,
positive?
Absolutely. Otherwise, we pay for 'em. We pay for it.
Okay, then, okay, let's do this then.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead. I mean, we're actually running, so we probably don't have time. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I would like to go up to borrow the cart, and I go. We're definitely bring it back. Mortal Guardians, few minutes, and then I help Verity get into the cart and try to take off, if possible.
Animal handling.
I knew you were gonna ask me for that.
I'll give you help.
Thank you.
Uh,
Oh,
as you clamber
thank
on
you for the help.
and are taking off with this cart, the figure who is stunned. What's going? Buy legumes.
I'll toss the 200 platinum that I've counted out back. Sorry.
So you begin the chase on horseback with this bean cart that you are now Xena, you are in the driver's seat of it.
Here.
So I'm going to say that we are going to roll initiatives here.
Okay, this is fine. This is absolutely fine.
Everything's fine.
Are these horses, by the way?
Yours? No. You've got two donkeys, two mules.
Oh my gosh.
They are riding on horses. You really think a bean cart is gonna have two horses?
You never know.
Well, maybe after 200 platinum he might.
After 200
get them
platinum, the
horses.
guys should retire.
Alright, so... It will be, firstly, Cena. Then Verity. And then our thieves. So, Xena, you
Hello.
are driving the cart. Currently, I would say that your assailants are about 60 feet ahead of you.
Okay. What is the movement of the cart? And am I allowed to, because it's not me, can I try to use the dash, my action to dash the donkeys, or is that not allowed?
So your action would be causing them to dash because they have their movement, and so their movement is in place of yours on their turn.
Right.
But for them to
right.
be more, you'd be
Yep.
having to do so.
Yes, please. I would like to go ahead and do that.
All right. And then the movement of a donkey is 40 feet. So, as you are starting to close that distance, because again, like this is like a constant motion thing. They're still moving even as you're getting closer. Verity, what are you doing?
We'll send a few blasts out. How many riders are ahead of us?
There are a total of 6 figures,
Okay.
5 smugglers, and then our thief.
Okay, so we'll just send out 4 and hit 4 of them. The first is a 31 to hit. For 9 force.
Okay.
Next one gets a 24. for 17.
17, he's down.
Oh, that's a natural one. And then 34. Got really excited because I was playing Justin earlier. For 11 force. It was a 19. I almost said it was a crit.
And 11, that is enough for another rider to go down. So you've got now only 4 riders. But as it becomes their turn, our Master Thief will be looking back, riding harder. And they all kind of turn and will take shots with their crossbows.
Oh.
Beauty. 2 to Verity. 1 towards Xena. And then 1 towards one of them, the donkeys.
That's so wrong.
That is rude.
You guys are following after them. They don't want you doing that. That is a natural 1 on the first attack towards Verity.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 9 on the second.
No.
A 22 towards Xena.
Misses.
And a 24 will definitely hit a donkey.
Oh.
Question. Do I consider them as an ally?
Do you? That's your choice.
I do. They are beautiful. It's Rick and Morty. I've named them. I would like to go ahead and use my reaction to give the donkey 20 hit points, please.
Okay. That is going to be... bam. Cool. That's it for our thieves as they run.
Is the donkey okay?
There's an arrow in him, but he's fine.
Oh, okay.
Temp HP does not negate the fact that this donkey got shot.
I know.
But that's our thieves, which would put them about 40 feet ahead of you. As, again, movement, running, everything. So, Xena.
Yes.
It's your turn. There's about 40 distance between you and the farthest, or the closest thief to you.
Yes, I'm going to, like, literally, my eyes are like, focus on the guy who just hit Morty. I'm going to go ahead and use my movement and action and dash up there. Try to get close to him.
Alright, so you snap the reins and the donkeys are pushed to run further. And yeah, you can start closing distance.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Verity.
Mm-hmm.
You're kind of running alongside the figures.
Okay, we're blasting them.
Alright.
That's a 19 to hit.
19 will hit one.
That 16 force.
He's blasted off his horse.
Great. 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 14 force.
He's blasted off his horse.
Great. 24 for 14.
That's the last smuggler blasted off their horse, leaving just the Master Thief.
Oh, he's getting it. Give me the natural 20. No, that's 17.
17 will hit.
It's 12 force,
Okay.
and we'll push him off. We'll push him 10 feet.
Yes!
Okay, so as he's pushed off, he's gonna hit the ground and will take 8 points of bludgeoning damage, which puts him in a bad condition.
Is he the one that I've been eyeing?
No.
Okay.
However, he is going to, does Verity do anything with your bonus action?
You know what? Sure, I will cast Fast Step,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll poof off of the cart. I'm 20 feet away from where he is.
He is going to stand up, and as he pulls back his crossbow, loading it, he's going to release the shot. Right at you, Verity.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
That's going to be 4 points of piercing damage, and can I get a Constitution saving throw?
Oh. Oh, that's a 10.
That'll be 22 points of poison damage.
Oh, fun.
And that's it for our thief's turn. As Xena, we come to your turn. There's no one to chase. The horses are still running. That's what they're trained to do. What are you doing?
I don't have time to turn this card around because I feel like they just ramped. Can if I try to go ahead and stop the card, is that considered an action?
I will, because the way that you've been running these donkeys, yes, I will have an animal
Okay.
handling check for you to have to stop this with ease.
Oh, okay, 23 to stop the donkeys.
Okay.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And then I would like to go ahead and use my movement to jump off.
Okay.
And move towards Verity and the guy, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay.
Oh, I shout for Kira.
All right. Kira, it's a fairly unfortunate roll there.
Yeah.
So Verity, it'll be your turn.
Cool. We'll just finish this guy off. We'll send no, we'll do a mind sliver. Let's get an intelligence save. DC 23.
It's a 15.
Oh, bless him. It's 16 psychic.
He will drop. And you are no longer bound by initiative.
I just rolled.
I know.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. What's going on?
Well, we caught the art thief, but when he was selling, he wasn't really there, so
Oh.
he ran off. But now he's dead, so...
Oh.
Easily enough, you can search the bodies of the crew, the bandit crew here. On the master thief, you find the stolen golden necklace, but there's also bags of ritual components, some pilfered luxury clothes, more jewelry. And as you're looking through, you would hear the sound of armored steps approaching, and you would see that there is the Wintervale Royal Guard arriving. All right, thank you for your efforts. However, we are here to overtake the situation and investigations.
Oh, well that's lucky, isn't it? These were bad guys, so the fact that they're dead won't come back on us, right?
Right now, we are taking everyone into a bit of questioning to understand the extent of what has unfolded here.
Yeah.
So, if you could please, all of you, step off to the side and separate yourselves by a number of feet, so that way we question each of you individually.
Oh.
How many feet?
I would say
You just said a number.
I would say 10 feet would be a reasonable distance.
It's quite far away.
Well, we can't have you trying to collude and disrupt the investigation process.
You know what? You're so right. I don't know why I questioned. I'll step off.
I'm gonna stand 9 feet away from Verity.
If anyone would like to roll perhaps an insight check. Damn, Kara, too busy making sure that this is 9 feet.
Exactly.
Verity, Xena, it could be the Wintervale Royal Guard. Though, that's strange, as you were given this task by Prince Tyrannius. And then you start to think, well, perhaps it is the crew, the remaining crew of the thieves trying to recover their stolen goods, having you spread out so that way you can you don't put up as much of a fight. And you would notice that as you're thinking these things, as you're watching there are 10 guards here, and they seem to allay themselves in strange formations. One guard seems to be overseeing everything. The others seem to break apart, go and investigate in groups of threes at the different. There's one that goes to the bean cart, one looking over the bodies, the others looking at the trail of the chase. It's a little odd.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Being trained by Ryan and Mason and also trained with Randall and stuff like that. Would I, and catching all of this, what kind of, can I do a, no, you already gave me the answer. Okay, can I step closer to the one who's been talking and go, I'm sorry, just a dumb question. We were actually given this task by the prince. We'll be reporting directly to the prince. So I think we're gonna actually just go. We're just gonna go directly to the palace to turn in the items directly to him, as well as make our report.
So the one that had been speaking to you originally is not the one that's kind of solo. It's one of the three. And as you go to approach and see that, actually you won't. And the three of them will lunge. We're rolling initiatives here.
Oh no.
Oh,
So bum. Let's get some fight music. Oh gosh, dang it, Sirenscape. Sirenscape's acting up here. So
Perhaps she should be sent to the corner.
not the corner.
The corner's great.
Anything but the corner.
So it'll be Xena. It will be Kira.
The naughty step.
Be on guard. Then Verity. And then Mason, who's not yet there, but is on the way. So. Xena, you are first to act, and you have 3 guards that are around you, having kind of lunged forward, trying to grab hold of you. So you are somewhat surrounded. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's not good. I'm going to, as they lunge, kind of, dodge if I can, and then use my bonus action to call my axe to me.
As you call your axe, we're gonna quickly have a brief cutscene of where the pawn man was trying to sell the axe, and then it just disappears. What the? So Xena, you have your axe in hand. That's your bonus action. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I would like to go ahead and do overwhelming strike at the one on the left. And then that is going to be 25 to hit for total 26 points of damage. For 25 to hit for a total of 30 points of damage.
That's one down.
My last. And then I go to the one straight ahead of me for brutal critical. For a total of 57 points of damage.
Okay.
That's the end
another
of
one
turn.
down.
And I'd just like to yell and going, I don't think these are guards. That's it.
Kira, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Um, how far away is the closest guard?
Closest guard to you would be about 15 feet. It's one of the groups of 3.
Oh, cool. I'll saunter on up and I'll give a poison spray. I'll just spit on him. That's a con save.
Okay. That's a 22.
22 is the DC. That's fine. Bonus action, I will cast whatever it's called, Guardian of Nature. And that's my turn.
Okay. It's our guards go. And we've got the 3 that Kira are closest to you are going to take out their swords and swing. We have a gentleman's 20.
Oh, sorry, my AC still messed up from the last time when there was different things. I'll shield.
Okay. Then the 12 will definitely miss. And then a 24.
24 will hit.
All right. That will be 4 points of slashing damage. Minimum damage there.
Oh, I can't fail the concentration check.
So, that's that. Xena, the other 3 guards will come and close the distance around you. So the first attack towards you is a 23. Then we've
no.
got a 26.
That just hits.
2 more, another miss, and 2 misses. So just the one will hit for 8 points of slashing damage. And then Verity,
Mm-hmm.
can you make me a dexterity saving throw?
I can. That's an 18.
So as the others are moving in around your companions, there's that one solitary one that had been overlooking everything. You
Mhm.
see in one hand there is a blade that he draws forth, and almost as if pointing a wand, the tip of the blade looks at you, and a spell is sent outwards. And it's like webs trying to wrap around you, but you are able to dodge out of the way.
Hmm.
As it comes to your turn.
Uh, cool. What? I didn't like that. Is there anyone around that person?
No, he is by himself.
Cool. Can I get a con save? PC 23.
That is a 25 on his constitution save.
So you will take 12 thunder from a shadow.
Okay. And anything else from you, Verity?
No, that will be my turn.
All right. Xena, you've
Yeah.
got 4 figures around you. You are entirely surrounded. What would you like to do?
Um. Have I ever seen that web the net thing kind of spell before? No, I don't think I have, so I don't think I'll recognize it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and then do still overwhelming strikes and hit the one that I hit last time. That's brutal critical. Do I need to roll?
This one, so the 2 that you had hit last time are both down. So
Oh,
this
I
one has not
apologize.
been hit.
Okay. That is go. Oh, sorry. I apologize. Come on. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's 24 plus 5 is 29 plus 24 is going to be 53, 63 points of damage.
That one goes down. You still got 3 on you.
I've got 3 more.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Okay. That was the first hit. Second hit is going to be 26 to hit for a total of 31 points of damage.
Okay.
My third hit is 27 to hit for a total of 29.
That's another guard down.
Okay, bonus action because it was crit. Is 24 to hit for a total of 34 points of damage, and it's end of turn.
That is another one down, just barely. So with that, Kira, we come to your turn. You've got 3 around you.
Awesome. I'll bonk one. And my character sheet froze. Nope, there we go. Still have Guardian of Nature. Ooh, that's 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
Cool. That's 19 points of bludgeoning, 15 points of psychic, and 6 points of force.
That's 1 down.
I'll turn slightly to the left and bonk another. That's a 28 to hit
For sure.
for 20 points of bludgeoning. 12 points to psychic, and 6 points of force.
That is another 1 down, leaving just 1 on you, the one you had tried to poison earlier,
Oh,
and 1 on Xena, and then the one that has interest in Verity. So, anything else from Kira?
nope, that's my turn.
All right, so it is our guard go, and we have a the first one will be an attack towards Xena with a 26
Yep. Pizza.
for 11 points of slashing.
Okay.
A natural 20 towards Kira.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Uh, 8 points of slashing. Oof.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's bad.
I'm sorry.
And then first thing that we'll do with him is does a 19 hit Verity?
Yes.
You see as, again, a flourish of the blade comes out, and this time there is in the air a almost cut of flame as you are struck for 15 points of fire damage.
Hmm.
And then he's going to action surge. And as he does that, takes with his free hand from his longsword, takes a device and throws it out towards Verity. And Verity, as it impacts and crashes against the ground, begins to fill the air with a sort of it's not quite a gas, it's more like dust and motes. What is your current HP at?
89.
Okay. For a moment, you get a bit drowsy, but you're able to resist as whatever is attempting to draw you, lull you into sleep, does not succeed. And it is your turn.
Cool. We're going to my goodness, could I get a wisdom save from him?
You sure can. That is a failure with a 16.
He's held.
Okay. And with that hold around this figure, and as a sound of a cart is approaching, and you see Mason this is where we're going to take our first ad break. So stick around with us, hang out, chat. We will be right back. So if you please let the ads run. Please don't leave us. Don't mute them. Ads are a huge part of how we gain the credit and then capability of keeping our games affordable. If you would like to make a direct donation, we have a link for that on screen. Donations not only help support us and your game master with well-needed caffeine, but also unlock awesome perks for the entire Will to Wish RP community. These perks include special companions, double XP, double treasure, even new quests. So we love you all, but we'll be right back. Alrighty, welcome back. We are picking up here as you guys are in the middle of battle. You hear the sound of Mason driving his cart as it's coming through, and you can see that the one that had been with Verity is held somewhat in this moment as Cena, it comes to your turn. You've got one in front of you. There's one on Kira. What is it that you would like to do in this moment?
Yeah, I want to say goodbye to the sky, please.
Sure.
Same thing, overwhelming and great weapon master. That is going to be 15 to hit.
15 will
Assuming this
miss.
Okay, 31 to hit for a total of 34 points of damage.
The one in front of you goes down. There's still the one in front of Kira.
That's the only one, right?
That's the only one that's not being currently held. Verity has a hold on the other guy magically, so he can't really do anything.
Okay. Can I go and stand next to him and the end of my turn?
Which one?
The one that's being held.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, totally. Kira, it's your go.
Cool. Just for the shits and giggles, I'm gonna try and poison spray the guy again.
Sure, why not? That is a 16.
Cool. That's 30 points of poison damage.
He's looking real bad, but he's still in standing and fighting condition.
Oh,
Hanging in by a thread.
good for him. That's my turn.
It's our guards go, and the first one who's going to act is the one in front of Kira, who's just going to try and stab you
Oh, okay.
with a 26.
Yeah.
That'll be 6 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
And he's going to action surge and do it again
Oh,
with a 24
Ah!
for another 6 points of piercing damage.
ouchie.
And then the one that Verity has held, can do nothing until the end of his turn. And that is a wisdom save, yeah?
Yes.
That is a 24.
He will break out.
All right. And as soon as the hold breaks, the figure disappears.
Ah!
Counterspell?
It is not a spell,
Oh.
at least not one that you see being cast. Harkens back to memories of Yazad. With that, Verity, it's your turn.
This is still the one on Kira.
There's still the one on Kira.
Can you make me a dex save?
Sure. That is a 14.
There's a failure. He will take 26 radiant from the sacred flame.
All right. That figure drops down just as Mason will ride up. And as combat comes to an end, Mason looking around, you would hear a voice call across. I call for a ceasefire. And you would see the form of the figure not terribly far away from you, of the guard. I am an envoy, an officer of Lady Muriel, and I do not wish any unnecessary harm. We took precautions based on Lady Windane's past habits of employing protectors and bystanders to take the fall for her.
Oh, goodness.
Look over at Parody. What's your reaction?
It's I'm facing away from
Okay.
this person. It is a kind of looking up, almost It's a confused look. Not one you see on Verity often.
I just stand alert, but I don't say anything. I just watch you.
If I may approach, there is a letter to be delivered to Lady Windane.
I'll turn and face him. And quietly to my companions. You have my back, right?
Always.
Don't even have to ask.
The armored figure, blade away, does step forward and presents a letter. To you, Verity.
I will take it.
And he gives a bow and will walk, causing no more trouble this day. And as he takes his leave, Verity, you are able to look down at the letter. A familiar handwriting on the outside. Just your name.
I'll step away from everyone, make towards the lagoon cart,
Okay.
and
Is the guy still standing there?
No, he's left. He walked away.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Yeah,
I
he
just keep my eye.
he delivered his letter as he said he would, and then he left.
Mhm.
would I get maybe 15 feet away from everyone? I'll read it.
As you open it, the letter reads, Verity, my dearest daughter, the time of your exploration of the world and its frivolities has ended. Your responsibilities to me and to our esteemed house can wait upon your dalliance no longer, and you are required to now undertake them under my supervision. I expect your prompt return to our home, where I shall explain your obligations further. Warmest regards, your mother, Muriel. You barely have a chance to start rereading and processing the words before it ignites with a green fire, burning away in your hands, and as it dissolves to sooty black filth and ash, it clings, seeming to absorb into your skin. And you see a barely perceptible tattoo of spider webs on your hands and forearms.
We notice? Is it noticeable?
Well, she stepped
I
away
like-
15 feet, so
Right. Okay. Okay. So not. I don't notice it. Okay.
I'll take a moment. Deep breath and then walk back. Like nothing.
I'm going to ask for a performance check.
Sure. It's a 10.
Both passive perceptions are high enough to see that Verity is perhaps shaken.
You okay?
No,
Oh,
not in the slightest.
um,
Seems my mother has found me.
oh.
And is asking that I return.
Oh. Return is in for good? Like, or return for brunch? Or.
Well, if it's my mother, then she wants me back. And I won't be able to come back.
Oh. Do you want to go back?
No,
And I guess you're not going back.
I guess not.
Man, what a
That matter is settled.
situation. Yeah, that's great. Anything else bothering you at the moment?
Well, we stole a cart. We have to bring it
Which
back.
I think as you and Kira are talking, Tina goes and gets the cart and just checks on Morty with the arrow sticking out. I take the arrow out and just,
Yeah. So, whatever you might do, return the cart, don't return the cart. Head back to Wintervale to your guild hall. As this happens, our viewpoint shifts for a moment. The trail of malevolent magic drifts through the vales into Vale de Farah, from far away on the edges of the domain of twilight, where the moon falls behind gray clouds and leaves long shadows from mundane family matter. In the dark confines of the crypt-like house, deep below the ground, lies the marbled ritual chamber where Muriel weaves magic through the veils. With the assistance of her servitor wizard, Halaron, she calls forth the curse that draws power from 3 nearby creatures. Large, spider-like guardians with obsidian carapaces and sharp claws. Black eyes that glow in shades of poisonous green and shadow as they push their vile will out through the evil magic. As you have returned to your guild hall in the evening, you have completed your process of paperwork, received your rewards, and are perhaps preparing for any sort of nighttime activities, whether they are pre-bedtime rituals or perhaps a bit of fun. Until Verity, you feel a crawling sensation on your arms. Looking down, you see a gray, shadowy mist emerging from the webs under the skin. And Verity,
Mm-hmm.
roll for me Insight or Arcana here.
The 28 Arcana.
28 Arcana. It's not just some sort of mark that was left underneath you. It was a curse. A curse that now seems to be taking effect. And you think that this magic will likely either attack you or dominate you, perhaps compel you into compliance with your mother's will. Xena, Kira, you are nearby, and you would be able to notice the gray and shadowy mist that emerges and surrounds Verity, and Verity kind of having a thinking face as she looks at it.
Hey Verity.
Yes.
Um, does that happen normally? Is that like is that a fun new trick, or is that a bad thing that's happening?
No, this is definitely a bad thing. I didn't tell you something.
Oh.
I when I was reading the letter
Mm-hmm.
after I had finished, these markings showed up, and now it seems that it's a curse.
Oh.
The mist
Yeah.
has not ceded and is continuing to coalesce as it spills out from Verity. And you would notice that where the smoke and mist grows thickest, there are figures, sprites that begin to form. They have spider-like legs, as well as their normal figures, and ghastly faces that appear, and, well, they lunge for your group. And we are going to roll initiatives.
Damn. 20s. Look at us.
They're so cute.
In these trying times.
Damn. So, it'll be Xena, our sprites, and then who's the higher modifier? Kira,
Yeah.
Kira, and Verity. So, Xena, you are the first
Yeah.
to act. What would you like to do?
Yeah, how big are these sprites?
They're tiny. They're like pixies, but they're sprites.
And they disappeared. I don't
Uh,
know it. Huh.
Well, they appeared from the mist that's spilling out of Verity.
Hey, Verity, is this something that you're doing?
No, I just explained what is happening. I've been cursed.
Huh. Okay. I would like to go over and using the side of my great axe, trying to bat one away across the room.
Sure. Give
Okay.
me an attack roll.
I'm gonna do this with overwhelming strike. 23 to bat it away for total of 23 points of damage.
Cool. That is, as it hits and impacts, there's, the creature is struck and perhaps moved maybe a foot or so from where it stood, but doesn't seem to get...
Okay, I'm gonna see then. Just try to kill it. Just let's see if we can just try it again because I mean these looks like aggressive mosquitoes. That's 25 to hit for total of 28 points of damage.
Great. It explodes, and as it does so, Verity, can you take 10 points of damage, please? Necrotic.
Sure.
And you would notice that the energy of the sprite comes rushing back into your hands where those webbings are, causing them to get a little darker.
Is there any indication that Verity you got hurt?
I might have winced, but
Okay. Most likely I may not know because I'm not smart. I'm gonna go. How many sprites are there now?
There's 7 now.
Can I just try to grapple one?
I'm going to say sure.
Okay. 29 to grapple. And that's it. I just kind of grab it and just look at it.
Well, it's actually able to evade as it is quite quick and moves, flies out of your grapple as it will and also gets a 29.
Wow, holy sweat. And I kind of look at my empty hand and go, oh.
So, anything else from Xena?
No, that's it.
Great. This sprite is going to try and stab you in the eye.
Oh,
Fine.
that's aggressive.
Yeah,
I mean, I try to kill I killed the other one, but
an 18 will miss.
yeah.
The other ones will, one is going to drop an area of darkness around everyone. And then start to go for some attacks. So,
Is that a spell or is that just an ability?
it is a racial ability. Now, it is spell-like.
Is that a spell adjacent?
It is spell adjacent. So the other ones will sort of rush in So we've got 5 of them that haven't acted yet. We'll get 2 to Kira, 2 to Verity, and then another one on Xena. And we're getting some stats out. I believe that both Kira and Verity are able to see through the magical darkness, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So, 25 to hit Kira.
For magical darkness, I can't.
Okay, then that would actually be at advantage, making that a natural 20.
Yeah.
So that'll be 10 points of piercing damage as something just pokes you.
Oh.
And then towards Verity,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say 17
Yes.
for 8 points of piercing damage. And then the next 2 attacks. 17 will miss Kira.
17 just hits.
17 just hits. For 6 points of piercing.
Oh.
And Verity, a 21.
Yes.
For 6 piercing. And a 26 to hit Xena. For 8 piercing. And that'll be it for our sprites. It is Kira's turn.
Ooh, cool. I'm gonna dispel magic on the darkness.
Okay. Darkness is gone.
Awesome. And then bonus action, I'm gonna give a bardic to Verity. And that's my turn.
Alright. Verity, it is your go.
Okay. Oh goodness. We'll blast these ones that are on me. They're within melee.
Yes.
Okay. First is an 18 to hit.
Hits.
That's 10 force, and we'll push him back. Go for the other one that's on me. That's a 32. For 10 force, and we'll push them back, and then one more to each of them. It's a 31 for 15, and a 19 for 13.
Okay. Those ones are looking rough, but they're still in fighting condition. Anything else from Verity?
Oh no.
Xena, it is your turn. You've got 2 of them on you, and there's no more darkness. You're talking, ready, and you're muted.
I don't like these. Great Weapon Master, Overwhelming Strike, 25 to hit. For a total of 32 points of damage.
Hanging in by a thread.
Hit it again. Dead, yeah. 25 to hit.
Yes. I had
Okay.
2 HP left. Verity,
Yeah.
take another 10 points necrotic damage.
Right. My last attack is 24 to hit. For a total of 34 points of damage.
34. That is another one down. That's another 10 points of damage to Verity.
Okay.
Let me just check something here. For no particular reason. Verity, you start to feel a sort of... It's faint, but you start to feel a tugging sensation inside of you. But it is, after Xena's turn, our sprites once more. And there are a little bit less of them here. And the one that is in front of Kira, or one of the 2 in front of Kira, saw that you had dispelled their companion's darkness, and they will use their racial capability to call forth once more. So it is once again dark. Kira, you then hear the sound of fluttering wings as the other one is going to try and take a stab. With a 15, however, they do not hit. Verity,
Mm-hmm.
that is a 20
Yes.
for 7
Mhm.
piercing. And a 17
Yes.
for 9 piercing.
Okay.
And then the last one, what is he going to go for? He's going to go for Xena. So we've got another one fluttering over.
Oh.
But a 19 misses, so
Yeah.
you're fine. And Kira, here you go.
Ooh. Cool. Rather than dispelling the darkness, I'm gonna use my action to give myself blind sight for 30 feet for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Alright, and then bonus action, I'm gonna cast Fizzban's Platinum Shield on Verity. So that's...
Does that require sight?
Oh boy. A creature of your choice within range.
Then you're good.
It does not say sight.
Then you're fine.
So half cover, which is +2 to AC, evasion, and resistance to your elemental damages.
Okay.
Okay. Then Kira, I believe that is the it for your turn.
Yep.
Verity, it's your go.
Cool. Let's get some blasts to the ones on Kira. First is a 23.
Hits for sure.
That is 10 force. 31 for 11. 24 for 8.
Okay.
And then a 27 for 11.
Okay. So, those two then are damaged as Eldritch Blasts strike out across. But, Verity, I believe that'll be it for your turn unless you do anything with your bonus action.
No, that's it.
Okay. Xena, we come to your turn. It's dark.
I have blind sight. Can I sense them?
Yeah, you can feel them kind of in your area. It's the flap of the wings, you're able to sort of have an idea of where they're at. You still can't
Okay.
see, but you know where
Yeah.
they're at.
Okay. If I do overwhelming, would that cancel out my disadvantage?
Yes, it would make it a straight roll.
Oh, natural one. I'm assuming 16 misses.
16 will hit these guys.
Oh, nice. That is going to be 29 points of damage.
That is a rough-looking sprite, but he's still up.
Okay, 21 to hit the same one shot.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's dead.
Well, did you roll damage?
Well, that is 25.
All right.
25 points of damage.
Verity, take another 10 points of damage, please. As you feel again
turn.
that tug in your gut. At the end of Xena's turn, it is our sprites go. And our sprites, baring their teeth and skittering along, we've got 2 attacks towards Kira. With a natural 1 and a 22.
22 hit.
So as you are stabbed, that'll be 7 points of piercing damage.
Ouchie.
And then to Verity, we've got a 25.
Yep.
And a 23.
Yeah.
For a total of 7 points from one and 5 from the other. And Kira.
Oh, that's required. It's doesn't. I'm gonna cast Aid at 9th level on me, Verity, and Xena.
Okay.
So plus 40 to your max HP, and you get that HP as well.
40.
40, yeah.
And how long does it last?
8 hours.
8 hours.
Oh. Nice. Thank you.
No problem. I was just making sure it didn't require sight, but it doesn't. Yep, bonus action, I'll give a bardic to Xena, then that's my turn.
Alright, so Xena gets a bardic, and Verity.
Yeah.
It is your turn.
Okay, I'm blasting away. 19 to hit. For 9 force.
9 force, okay, yeah.
17 to hit.
17 will hit.
That is 16 force.
That's 1 down. I need you to take 10 points necrotic damage.
Okay. 21 to hit.
21 will hit.
That's 17 force.
That's another 1 down. Another 10 points necrotic damage.
And then the 21 for another 17.
That's another 1 down. That's another 10 points necrotic damage. And again, the tug at your center is pulling you, trying to bring you closer.
Mm.
You don't know closer to what, but closer. With that, it will be anything on your bonus action, Verity?
No, that's it.
Xena, your turn. You have none in front of you. What do you want to do?
And there is still one on Kira.
There's one on Kira, but how wide is your blind sight?
10 feet.
You don't know that.
Okay. But within my 10 feet, I don't feel any flutters, right?
Right, you don't feel anything within your
Okay.
10 feet.
I'm going to move 10 feet to like 11 o'clock. See if I feel anything. If I don't, I'm gonna hold my action. If I feel anything, I'm gonna try to attack.
Okay.
End the turn.
So as you move to your 11 o'clock, you don't quite feel anything. But it is our sprite's go. As you hold your action. And the sprite is going to try and go for Kira again. But a 14 will miss.
Yeah.
As Kira, it is now your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna try and whack this thing.
Go ahead.
That's the 30 to hit.
You know what? Just in your case, I'm going to say 30 misses. No, it hits.
Oh, okay, I didn't want to. Oh, it's fine. Damage. That's horrible. 13 points of bludgeoning. Ugh, you know what? That also sucks. 9 points of psychic, and I'll put a divine smite. Is this thing undead?
It is not.
That's fine.
And it is also not a fiend.
I forget about fiends. 24 points of radiant.
Great. There's a sound of like a small implosion. Darkness fades. And Verity, you take another 10 points necrotic damage. And combat comes to an end. And as it does so, again, Verity, you feel a tugging sensation, and between one blink and the next, what you would all see is a sort of shimmering golden visage. As a figure looks down at you, Verity, a figure you've seen for years and years, but you've not seen recently. Really. Playing these foolish games still. You will grow up soon. And with that, the vision dissipates. And
Is it
very
darkness? Sorry.
darkness is gone, as the creature that had the racial ability tied to it is no longer in existence. Verity, those barely perceptible spider webs are now almost like ink stains. They are intense against your skin.
Mm.
And if you would like to roll an insight or a survival check,
That's good.
You have a
Good
blank.
way.
you do have a
Wait,
bardic.
I also have a bardic, which is a D12, yeah?
10.
10. Oh, goodness. So,
Oh,
21.
it got up there.
It's 21. You are able to understand another battle, if it continues to siphon away at your health. Um, another battle like this, I should say, could be deadly, especially if you are not prepared.
I'll share that.
What should we do?
Kira and Xena are now able to see the spiderwebs in their full breadth now that they are no longer just barely there. And if you would like to perhaps have a starting grounds, as you are aware that this is a curse, I think an Arcana check would be suitable.
is something that we can ask Sindri or not even Nagatora?
Perhaps, but Kira, with your 22 Arcana check, um, studying the lines of the curse and the waves, it is dormant currently. Will likely regain potency and full strength perhaps in 24 hours, where then the sprites would return to enforce Muriel's will.
Where? I don't think we have a lot of time.
No. I think I have to go.
It's a curse. Curses can be broken. It's not
Of course. You don't know my mother. Look at the lengths she's already gone to.
Okay, we haven't had the chance to go to our lengths yet. I'll go far. Go break it. It'll be fine. Then we can go about our day, go get ice cream, the usual.
We can try.
Yeah.
Break curses. Is this like can we ask?
You do have Sindri, who you'd be able to ask. Elle is another resource. Nalgatura. And assuming that you would utilize your resources for the sake of timing, because I'm looking at our clock, knowing what we've got left still to do. Unfortunately, Sindri, and as well as Mara, who would be present at the guild, they have the basic knowledge of curses, but they do not know how to reverse other than the general, such as remove curse, which, unfortunately, with their attempt, does not seem to break what holds Verity. Elle is also unable to help directly, though she does send over one of her best scholars, a young tiefling named Prasathos, who, as he arrives to the Winterveiled Guild Hall, not terribly long, brings several books on curses. Nalgatura is able to assist. And while her assistance is not perhaps much, it is the most you've gotten so far, as you can glean that this curse is as powerful as it is because of the connection between Muriel and Verity. It is akin to attempts of scry and teleport. The closer the practitioner is to its target, the easier they can influence or affect it. Muriel knows Verity thoroughly, and it has allowed her to infuse magic across the Vales. But not only that. With the understanding of Nalgatura, Sindri, Kira, Verity, and Prasathos, you're knowing that the curse is very powerful, likely because Muriel is not acting alone. It is a product of a ritual casting. There are multiple mages compounding their power, making it terribly difficult to counter. And during all of this, Verity, you can feel the webs digging into your skin, beginning to sap your strength. There is, in the back of your mind, whether it is your own fear or the compulsion of magic, the thought just nagging to return home, to act in accordance to your mother's wishes. Nalgatura looks to all of you after your visit. I am afraid that I cannot do much more. There are more powerful mages within the city. Those who practice divine magic within the temples. I suggest that you take your search there. Perhaps in the morning. Get as much rest as you can, but I know that you must act quickly.
Thank you.
She nods. You all are able to take a long rest and reap the full benefits. And as morning comes, the dawnlight touching upon the guild hall. Go ahead, roll for me, religion or history to start the day's search. Is Xena rolling?
I apologize. Um, uh, no, I'm not gonna roll.
Okay. Kira and Verity. Nalgatura had recommended divine magic. And your thoughts go to the Temple of Light. It is a shared worship space for followers of Rycentor, Solanthra, and other deities of good and just pursuits that convene and work to worship together. And it should be a start. Easily, your group is able to make your way there. The three of you, Sindri, Prasathos, and you can see sort of causing Prasathos a bit of alarm as she weaves through his feet. Aurora. Please, no, I can't. You're gonna cause me to trip. He stumbles. Aurora, does not seem to mind. But you enter into the Temple of Light. And here you are greeted by a young acolyte, a smile upon their face. A blessed morning. How may I attend to what you need?
If you please, we wish to speak to someone with knowledge of curses, breaking them.
Well, I believe that I have a figure that you may be able to speak to. The acolyte motions for you all to follow. And you are guided through groups of clerics and come across one where there is a priest of Centaur. There are several student acolytes from a collection of temples. He makes a nod to the acolytes as well as to your group. He acknowledges that you are there, but continues to give his class his lecture, and anyone who would like to roll Arcana check here. Oh no. Unfortunately, for our stream chat, you can make the check, but it will not affect the story that is ongoing. Kira, you are aware, as you are watching this clash, that it is the study of minor curses and how to break them. And as soon as there's a point in the lecture to pause, the priest calls for a break and will call for you all over to make introductions. Well, do you have business with me? I cannot say that I recognize any of your faces.
I certainly hope you can help. My name is Verity. I seem to have found myself quite cursed. Perhaps you can help.
So, I'm going to ask for either Arcana or Religion, and this can be from any of our players, so that way our chat can understand.
There you go.
This will be your check to describe accurately and thoroughly the situation.
I'm gonna give a bardic to Verity.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Thank you.
what was it to roll?
History or not history, Arcana or Religion. So
Arcana
Zena would
or
like to re-roll that history check. It's better than a 5. As you all are talking, Kira, Xena, yours isn't the most concise, but you're also not the closest. Yours is a very second-hand experience. Verity, however, you are able to give a thorough, specific understanding of the situation, and as you do this, what you all see on the priest's face is concern and a furrowed brow. What you have afflicting you is beyond my capabilities, beyond much of my understanding. However, you should meet with the figure Malakari. And he turns to the acolyte that had guided you here. Take these figures to the gardens, and make sure Malakari knows that it is pertinent to her specialties. The acolyte nods and begins to lead you all. Anyone who would like to roll history or religion to see if you recognize the name Malakari. Kira, I think it makes sense that you would know this. Malakari is a renowned specialist of abjuration magic. She has trained most acolytes and clerics in Wintervale, and if she has not trained them, she has trained their mentors. She comes from Western Sergeza, and is a master of counter curses, restorations, and healing magic. Though she often travels throughout the Western Shield to share her gifts, or to train other aspiring healers and practitioners. I think that would be a name that would have come up in some sort of research materials for Kira.
I'll share.
So, easily able to share that information, and as you all now know who Malakari is, you are entering into the courtyards. There are several golden towers and a serene garden, ornate fountains, and a small group of higher-ranking acolytes and clerics is being attended to by an older figure. As you come forward, you can hear that the instruction is upon demonic curses, the complex methods of turning them, as well as the dangers of using blood and death in magic, which can either unintentionally invoke curses upon oneself or others nearby. The acolyte, while you may perhaps thought to wait like before, the acolyte does not, under the guidance of his mentor, approaches this, and Malakari, as is being made aware of the situation, her eyes flick to your group, and she pauses in her lecturings to call you forth. I am told that you are cursed, and have come to seek a break.
Yes, if that's at all possible.
We shall see. However, I will ask that you, in a sort of restitution to the services here, devote some time and skill to the betterment of the temple.
Of course.
Then if you would, allow me, and she holds out her hands to look at the curse.
I will hesitate, but place my hands in hers.
There is a moment here, observations, as Malakari gazes, shifting your hand gently to look at all the angles. And as she seems to come to an understanding, her head lifting from her inspections, this is where we take our next ad break. So, stick around with us. We will be right back. But before we go, I just ask that you hang out, you chat, you let the ads run. Ads are a huge part of how we keep our games affordable here. If you would like to make a direct donation, however, you are able to do so through my Ko-fi. We have a link for that on screen. Ko-fi donations not only help Little Witch RP and your GM get her much needed caffeine, but they also benefit the entire Little Witch RP community by unlocking special perks that everyone gets to experience and benefit from for the whole month. So these perks include double XP, double treasure, special companions, even new quests. So hang out, and we will be right back. Alrighty, so we are coming back here, and I thought I had clicked the temple stuff. Gosh dang it. Um, so, uh, as we are here, you have Malakari who has been looking over Verity's arms, and that's way too many birds.
That's not enough birds. What more birds?
More birds, more
More
birds,
birds,
more
more
birds,
birds.
more birds.
I will not be giving into this peer pressure.
Why not?
Hey,
So-
there's no birds in the nude playing music, I'll just say that.
Uh, you have Malakari as she lifts her head, not towards you, Verity, or towards your group, but towards her students. She dismisses them. You hear that she says she will continue this lecture in the evening, and it is as they leave that her focus is once more on the cursed web that fuse. There is an attempt of a very high dispelment. You can feel the energy that tries to push against the soot and ash that stains and mars you. But nothing comes from it, Verity. You feel no lesson of where these webs dig into your skin. You feel no lesson of the tug that's at your soul. And what you would all notice is that Malakari does not seem despaired. I thought that would not work, but you must know at this moment that this is not the will of one. This curse comes from many, in unison. Souls devoted to the malice. But the nature of it is not divine, but fey.
That makes sense.
If anyone would like to roll Arcana or Insight, this is under the guidance of Malakari, so I would say you may roll with advantage.
Thank you.
So, Verity and Xena. Kira, you're just kind of, it's curse, and it's
Yeah.
fey.
Uh-huh.
Verity, Xena. With the power that emanates from Veil de Farah, it's likely where you would have to go to confront this. You'd also perhaps be better able to discern and counteract the individuals that are perpetrating and maintaining the curse. Perhaps even lessen some of the risks by at least starting the process. As the conversations and the attempts go on, as you come to this understanding, and Sirenscape just fucking dips. Malakari looks to each of you. You need perhaps help stronger than I can give. Seek the Lady of the Crooked Oak. It would be dangerous, but from what you have told me, from what I am seeing, it is likely less dangerous to seek out the Lady of the Crooked Oak than to wait for the curse or attempt to fight its effects. I do not think that you should approach this figure before defeating the curse. She'd be able to manipulate it in any confrontation. But the Lady of the Crooked Oak should help. She is the witch who trained me in my counter-curse magic. And go ahead, anyone who would like to roll history or religion may do so.
Oh.
Verity, Kira. The Lady of the Crooked Oak is a powerful, enigmatic witch who hails from Vale the Fair. She is shrouded in mystery, and legends suggest that she might be a hag, or that she is a patron of hags. She lives in the domain of night and serves the court of night. I would say that with those checks as well, you recall the Crooked Oak is a massive, withered, sentient tree serving as home to many dark fae creatures along the shores of the Listless Lagoon. And Verity, with a 27 history, you would know that the Listless Lagoon is a vast lake within Vale the Fair's domain of night, not terribly far from the border of the domain of twilight. The lake gathers coalescing sad and somber emotions from passionate creatures who experience unrequited affections. But you now have bearing. You have a area that you could head through, or at least towards. An idea of who you can seek out for assistance. And as you leave the temple, unseen to your group, you are watched. There is a brief flutter of dark, shadowy wings. It's the observer. Oh, excuse me. As the observer disappears. You are in the process of moving from the temple back to your guild hall. And as you are doing so, let's get Arcana or History checks. Verity and Sina. You need to get to Vale of Fair, specifically into the domain of night. Traveling directly there is very risky. You may appear in territory of powerful and dangerous fae, perhaps even the court of night. And that's just one of many possibilities. No, the most reliable route to reach your intended destination within the domain of night is to begin either in the domain of sun or the domain of twilight, and then trek along the shortest routes to enter into the domain of night directly. You know that due to the shifty nature of the domain of night, it makes it very difficult to predict teleportation into its spaces. But what you would all know is that through the connections of the Mortal Guardians, getting teleportation to Vale of Fair should not be an issue, if that is a route that you would explore. If you have capabilities to make it on your own, you are able to do so as well.
Well, I might be able to get us to Valdefera. We just need to figure out where we're going to in Valdefera to start.
Do we know anywhere, or do you know anywhere you could get us that's close to where we need to go?
Well, I do know. I only know one place very well.
Oh,
And I don't think it would be smart to go there.
fair.
Then perhaps we take a safer route, and you would say, and utilize the guild assets.
Yeah, that's smart. Means if there's a mishap with the teleportation, we can blame someone else.
It's so true.
Uh,
So, you are able to then get assistance from the guild, and you are teleported to Volumianth. It is a prosperous Eladrin city, usually within the southern region of the Domain of Sun, as things can get a little wonky with positioning. And as you are here, you meet with Arieli. She is a generous, pleasant Eladrin, and operates a travel company within Volumianth. That is how a lot of the travel has been underway between her and the Immortal Guardians. She welcomes you all warmly, as is her nature, and as you are being led through Volumianth, she explains that she has arranged for a Shellabodin to ferry you down the Gloamtide River flowing through the Sunset Expanse. Kira and Verity, as you are natives of this realm, do not need to roll, but if Xena would like to roll history or nature here. Sunset Expanse sounds like a great, strip of road. Probably got shops on it. But Xena and not Xena, Kira and Verity, you know that the Sunset Expanse is the greater region of Valdefera, encompassing all of the Twilight domain and the edges of sun and night.
Mm.
So, here we are. This is Captain Grudgems, and you're Shelly, and you will be in the best of hands. I will hopefully be able to do business with you guys in the future, if you need anything, of course. Arieli, of Lumianth, and she'll head on her way quite quick. Probably has more business to attend to. You see Captain Grudgems, a red cap, 30 iron boots that have been had been being shined in the process. But as he motions all of you, all right, just a quick thing. Shellabodin, you better respect her. It's named Losakuri. Got it?
Got
Cool.
it.
Uh, anyone who would like to roll history or nature. You all know Shellabodin, often called Shellies, are huge turtle drakes. They have been domesticated and trained for transportation of people and goods over large bodies of waters such as lakes and rivers. They are fey cousins of dragon turtles that live inland in large bodies of water, though they lack the evolved intelligence of their draconic kin, and their behavioral patterns are more like blink dogs and fey stallions, making them prime candidates for symbiotic relations for civilization. There's a small crew upon the docks to help guide Losakuri away, two satyrs and a spriggan. But you all are comfortably seated in the back of Losakuri's shell. The spriggan is part of the crew that stays on the shell of Odin. You have Captain Grudgeons guiding Losakuri, and then you all sit. Xena, Kira, Verity, Sindri, Prasathos, and Aurora. Aurora seems to have no cares in the world, doesn't seem to even be perhaps quite aware of what is happening. She just conjures a little ball of light and tries to get each of you to play it with her as she pounces and rolls it towards each of your feet. But what are you doing in these moments?
Um, Sitting quite close to Sindri, quiet.
I think Zena's like in her mind, a lot of questions that she wished that she can ask Verity, but because we're surrounded by strangers, she doesn't ask. But she wonders, like, why? What is this mother? I don't understand. She gotta be okay, and all these just random thoughts going through her head.
Kira, you have a tiefling that sits nearby you.
Oh,
So, understanding that you are an adventurer of the House Orville branch of the Mortal Guardians, have you been on many adventures like this before? This is my first time leaving Vale de Mortalis. Have all travels, especially to other planes, been quite like this one?
um, don't really do much extra planar travel with the Mortal Guardians. A lot of the time we're in Vilda Mortalis. With the past organization, I traveled all the planes, but unfortunately, I don't remember much.
That is quite unfortunate. Was there some sort of head trauma accident? I know that that can affect memory.
No, long story short, my mind was wiped after every mission to avoid being attached to people that I was close to during the missions because I was undercover, but it turns out the organization was a lie.
Prasathos is a little stunned and is quiet for a handful of seconds after that. You're right, that does sound like a long story short.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I, of course, I'll just take your word on it. And just goes a little quiet, seems to be processing the perhaps unexpected answers to his question.
Didn't want an answer, you shouldn't have asked.
I, I had asked because I would have liked an answer, but that's not what I had thought I would have heard.
Yeah,
I
well,
do thank you for your sharing of your experience. Please do not think that I am ungrateful. I just astounded would be a word that one could use.
well, I just think you need to learn to expect the unexpected, especially in Vale de Fera.
You, you're right. I will keep that in reservation. It's an uneventful ride until about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, when Verity, there's a voice that enters into your mind. Daughter, please return home. The curse will not kill you, but rather transport you through the veil. I would never hurt you. Oh no!
Damn. The curse got her.
The curse
Oh
took her.
gosh. Verity.
Did any of that get lost? Or did
I'm so sorry. We had a small blip in our power, so I caught like the first two words, and then everything shut down.
Cool. All right. Easy enough to redo. So you've got the sending that comes to you. Daughter, please return home. The curse will not kill you, but rather will transport you through the veil. I would never hurt you. So, what does Verity do in response to that sending?
If only for a visit. I will not be staying.
There is no message that comes back to you in response, but you can feel where Sindri nearby has shifted, and you can see that he is looking at you, curiosity on his face. The rest of you also would have heard Verity's response to an unheard message.
Who are you talking to?
My mother.
Oh. What'd she say?
More of the same. She wants me to come home. Although I'm sure her plans involve me not leaving again, as I've said.
I'm wary about this situation. Not just. Of course, I'm concerned for you, Verity. But. These. Mind games. I do not think that there is any sort of trust that should be extended towards Muriel.
No, you're quite right. It is what she does best. But you will find that she will do whatever she can to get what she wants. Another of her many talents.
There is a furrow of Sindri's brow as he seems to mull over those words, perhaps adding them to a mental file. Your travel through the domain of Twilight has continued, and you've covered quite a bit of way. But here, now, a strange and ominous mist emerges from the northern edges of the riverbank and would flow over Losakari. Anyone who would like to may roll insight here. Kira, it's a mist.
Yeah. It's wild.
Oh. It's colder than steam.
No way.
No way. Verity, Xena, this is unnatural. There's no sound of any sort of roaring like waterfall that would cause from the mist. The rapids, you don't hear any sort of incidents like that. So for this to kind of just appear rolling over, something is afoot.
I'll make that known.
So, I will say that because of this, so you can do an action here. So making it known would probably be what you would do in your time to act. But unfortunately, Kira, even though you are now made aware of it, you're a little too shocked in the system to act. Xena, is there anything you would like to do?
She tells me, but I don't see them myself, right?
You understand that the mist is unnatural.
Yeah. It's the same thing where we had that little thingy earlier.
So,
I'm gonna go ahead and, if I can, just take out my axe and just ready myself.
so as you ready yourself, there's Kira, you are made aware by Verity that this is unnatural mist. We are going to roll initiatives.
13, 23, 33.
It's very cute.
And it's in order, ascending. Too bad you guys get a +6.
Mm.
Guys, break it. Cool.
Well, whose fault is that?
Whose fault is that?
Sorry.
Looks, technically.
Technically, it is Locke's.
Blame Lachlan.
So, it'll be Xena. It'll be Verity. And Pam. And then we've got Kira. And then... So, Xena,
Yeah.
as you are preparing yourself, you start to hear as something gets closer to the Losakuri, to the Shellabodin, but you can't see anything past this mist. It hears like fluttering wings, but you're not sure. Because then it disappears again.
Okay, I would like to hold my action to attack. If anything comes within my reach of my axe, I would like to throw my spectral axe at it.
There could be things in reach of your axe, but you have no visual. The mist is obscuring past
Right.
the edge of the Shellabodin.
So holding my action.
So, okay, I'm just saying that your trigger technically would go off because you're
Oh.
like, because there are things within reach that you cannot,
Yeah.
because you're hearing stuff, but you can't see them. So if you would like
Right.
to have it so if you see something,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah. Yes, please.
no worries. So as you hold your action, in place of if you can see anything that comes within range, easily done.
Thank you.
Verity,
Mm-hmm.
what would you like to do? Again, you would have heard that there's fluttering in the obscuring mist.
I understand that we are on the back of an animal,
Yes,
but is there anywhere to take cover?
not really.
Okay.
The only sort of cover would be on the other side of the, like, there's like a, think Avatar the Last Airbender, the little
Mhm.
Appa saddle,
Yeah.
but if you take cover, you would slide off the side and into the river.
Understood. Don't want to do that. Can't swim. I will cast foresight on
Okay.
myself, and that will be my turn.
Sounds good. Who here understands Sylvan?
I do.
I do as well.
All right. Then Kira and Verity, you hear that there is figures that speak Sylvan, and they are, it's commands. They are commands of going forth and attacking, and you hear perhaps 4 different voices.
Oh.
And as that command is given, Kira, it is your turn.
Cool. I'm gonna use my action to get blind sight over 30 feet.
Okay.
Then, do I sense anything in the mist?
There is movement that you sense in the mist, but it is amorphous. It almost reminds you of the water itself.
Stuff's weird. And then, bonus action, I'll cast Fizban's Platinum Shield on Verity.
Okay. As that is cast on Verity, figures begin to move onto over the side, and they look bestial, almost like animals, foxes, and other sorts. And as they rush forward, Xena, you do see these figures. If you would like to release your held attack.
Is it disadvantage or regular?
They're on the back of the turtle drake, so they're within, like, it's not
20 feet?
right.
Okay.
So it's
Right.
small contained area
Okay.
and
Great.
visible.
Does 20 hit?
Yeah, it's just a little fox spirit.
That is going to be 15 points of damage.
Okay.
25 to hit for total 24 points of damage. And 27 for, oh wait, no, that's too many. What is it?
No, that's
1, 2, 3.
one.
No, that's this is gonna be my last one. Okay. Oh great. 13 points of damage in the turn.
Well, the little fox spirit that had crushed up on the side is gone, but there are 3 more spirits that are like it, and as they rush onto the side, we'll go for one will go for Kira, and 2 will go for Verity. Uh, 25 to hit Kira.
Yeah.
You are bit by this spirit for 5 points of force damage.
Oh.
And then it will go for a claw attack as well, but a 2 misses. Well, the 2 on the die plus modifiers, but that'll miss. 15 to hit Verity.
Yeah, no, that does not hit.
And because of foresight and disadvantage, neither will the 8.
Okay.
It was a natural 20. But no, it's good. You are unstruck by the first one that comes up to you, and then we've got another one that is going to try for 2 claw attacks. First one is another 8, and then a 10.
No.
You are fine. And Xena, it's your turn. There are 3 spirits on the ground, and I would say that Kira, you would know that this is kind of what you had felt, the shifting energy before that was like the water.
Can I? Sorry.
I was just going to go back to Xena and say, but it is Xena's turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. I would like to go up to it, down to it, and hit it with overwhelming strikes with the Great Weapon Master.
Which one? There's 3.
Closest one.
Okay.
Or one in the middle. Natural 20.
Sure.
That is going to be great damage. 68 points of damage.
That one just bursts like a gusher.
Fantastic. That is 28 to hit.
Mhm.
For a total of 30 points of damage.
Okay.
Another natural 20. That is going to be 64 points of damage.
Another gusher burst.
And then because of the crits, my bonus action attack. Oh, sorry, that was supposed to be advantage. Forgot. 29 to hit for a total of 31 points of damage.
So the
In the
2
turn.
near Verity, of course, just explode like gushers, and then you rush over to the one near Kira. And Verity, it is your turn.
We'll send a blast to the one on Kira.
Okay.
That is a 28 to hit
Yeah.
for 14 force.
This one is gone.
Oh, okay. Then that one just goes somewhere.
That would just go somewhere. Go ahead, roll damage, please.
But I don't want to. Okay. That's 9.
You hear a voice in the mist gasp as if struck by something.
Oh, I'm gonna stop.
Okay. Do you do anything else?
I'll call out, and since I heard voices in Sylvan, I'll call out in Sylvan. Stop now, or I'll send another on. Send another one out. Totally lying.
You get a response, Verity, in Sylvan, full of anger. We will not stop, just as you've not stopped. You're going to be taken in, and we're going to free my friends and my family, and you get to go back to that horrid wretch of a mother.
But I don't want to go back.
You are assisting in her efforts of destroying the lives of the fairies here.
I've been gone for 2 years.
Roll persuasion.
It's 32.
The rest of you, I will say that at this moment, there is a pause in the tension, so you can move outside of initiative limitedly. Kira, Xena, you hear a conversation that's happening. Kira, you understand. Do you wish to add anything?
Well, I don't. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'll say first. I'm just gonna cast Glibness on myself. Go.
Okay.
Tina doesn't understand Sylvan, but she seems to be like, they seems to be talking. So I'm kind of just holding and just waiting to see what happens.
It's true. Verity's been on Veil of Mortalis for quite a while now. We're all witnesses, and She'd never do anything to hurt anyone. I promise.
There is a flutter of wings, and you see the young fairy face to face as he moves in and eye to eye with Verity. Swear to me right now you are not working for your mother. You're not trying to kidnap and sacrifice other people to give life to that thing beneath Windane Estate.
What thing?
Look, I just need to know that you aren't assisting.
And not. What are you talking about?
And then, as you say this, there is a whistle. And he calls off whatever sort of hostilities. And you would see another fairy flutter over. And he speaks, this time in common. There's some sort of spirit beneath Windane Estate. Something that's eating the life energy. And I need to get my people free. So, if you're not helping them, what are you doing? And don't lie, because I know that you're connected. As he looks at Verity.
She's cursed me, trying to get me to come back. Heading tonight to hopefully get it broken.
We're traveling with you then. But you have to pledge that you will help free my friends in the fight against Muriel.
Go against her.
Of course. She's got my friends and my family.
I'll
Our
help you then.
friends and family, as he turns to the other fairy.
I will help you. Any way I can.
Name's Niari. And he'll put his hand out.
Verity. I'll shake it.
I know your name. What about your friends?
It's Kira and Tina.
What's up?
Prosothos? Hi.
Oh yeah.
And Sentry.
And that is Aurora. And Aurora just kind of comes out where she was gnawing on one of the light balls she had conjured. Gets a smirk. Lumaspari. Interesting companions. This is Rickyelda. Rickyelda gives a nod. So, night, you said. Breaking a curse. Oof.
I know.
Quite a bit of distance to travel for just breaking a curse.
Well, it's either this or go straight to her, so you can see why I wouldn't want to do that.
I mean, I really don't, but look, your curse, I'll trust you on the matter.
All right, then.
So, your travels continue. and you reach the edges of the domain of night. Captain Grudgems calls for Losakari to stop along the banks of the river. Losakari ain't swimming in the waters of the Lister-Schoon. Too dangerous. But Crooked Oak can't be too far from here. You hear Niari in the back. Why didn't you tell me they were as nutty as a fluttering squirrel? Having heard that you are heading towards the Crooked Oak. But otherwise you are able to head out. Survival or history check? Okay. Easily, you guys are able to easily you guys are able to start charting your course. There is a rivulet that breaks off the Gloam Tide flowing northward towards the usual location of the lagoon. And as your process of travel begins, the whole group of you, I would say if anyone would like to make a persuasion check, you might be able to get Niari to open up about his experience and his story.
I would love. Not add a little bit to it. 25.
I've still got glibness. That's a 30 something.
30-something, 25 is quite enough. Niari shares his tale. We were investigating, me and a few other fairies, disappearance. Our kin had gone missing. We come from a tree in the Twilight Domain, not far from the Windane estate. As he sends a look over to Verity. We had thought first invaders of the Domain of Night. Fomorians, other giant kin, they hunt along the edges of the domains. But there was no evidence of their passing, at least none in the recents. We talked to Lady Windane, but Mariel said there was no troubles amongst her contacts, and then she offered to have Raythiel assist in our search. Of course, I agreed. Any extra help would be beneficial. But there was a trap. There was a fake trail of fairy wing dust at the Domain of Night that Raythiel found. And then me and my team were led into some powerful sleeping magic. And then, when we awoke, we were trapped. There was a dungeon, and Lady Windane emerged. Though only to take one of us out and slay them, taking their life energy and giving that powerful dark spirit the energy, the one that hides in the dungeon. That's why I need to get there. Because Kittigali, my best friend, is there. And Rikelda's brother, too. And we can't let that fate fall to them. Throughout this tale, you have evaded snakes and spiders, as well as fallen trees. You've moved through the swamp and marshy grounds, and at last, you are coming upon and emerging from a misty thicket. And here you see the towering, hooked, bent, and withered tree that you know to be the crooked oak. Go ahead, let's get a perception check here. Okay, Kira. Twinsies. All of you here, and some even, and there are even some glimpses, that many of the dark fey creatures living within the tree. Serpents slithering along the branches, winged owls, larger wingspans than you've seen anywhere in Veiled Mortalis, jagged claws on them. There are glowing eyes that hide in the foliage. And through all of it, there is a whisper on the breeze. A whisper that soon becomes words. Who dares shine light beneath this tree of lifeless sorrow? And as you hear that whispering wind, that is where the story of our heroes will pause. Though it continues in this session. Within the Windane estate, Muriel watches the group through her scrying orb. Around her, a dark, wispy presence drifts in the air, whispers into her ear. Dearest Muriel, as you dally and wait, do not forget your obligations to me. Muriel gazes at the side of the cage of captured fairies, draws in a deep, calculated breath. I have not forgotten, she replies. The consequences would be disastrous for your house, and especially for you. Within the cage, several fairies shrink back, making themselves small against the rear bars and the cold stone wall. Amongst them is a young woman, still wearing her leather armor. She stands proud and defiant. Niari will save us. He got himself out. I know he's going to come back for us. She grips her fellows one by one, grasping their shoulders, squeezing their hands. He'll bring friends. He'll find someone, anyone. But we can't give up hope. And with that message, that cry for hope, that is where our session will come to an end.
Oh boy.
So thank you to our players for playing. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope you all enjoyed this. I will see you guys in the next stream, but until then, head over to wildwitch.com. Check us out there. Join us in our Discord to jump in a game yourself. And of course, as always, May the ever burning light forever guide your steps.